I hate sanding, but it's a necessary evil. Look at my workbench. It is a wreck. What a disaster. But hey, look, I'm coming along with the bench. What I need to do today is sand this sucker down, sand these little legs down as well. Hopefully I can get that done, we'll see. It probably goes without saying that I need to clean this workbench up first before I can start sanding. So I'm gonna do that right now and get some room to sand comfortably, if there is such a thing. So I'll do that now. But I need to find my tripod so I can put the camera on it. I have no idea where I put it. In case you're wondering, that is my old mattress back there. I'm donating it to the Cleveland Furniture Bank, but they're a few weeks out on pickup, so I'm keeping it safely under plastic wrap in my shop until then. As you can see here, it takes up a lot of space, and I have a little bit of a path. Hopefully I won't be tripping all over it. All right, time to clean up. No idea why any of this stuff is out. Spray paint. Sockets, screw, don't need any of that. Bits, garbagey Harbor Freight clamp, decent Irwin clamps. Actually, I'll use this to keep that down. Random mystery screw. I have no idea what this goes to. That is interesting. My dad dropped this plunge router off for me to use. I don't have a plunge router. I'm gonna need it for some future projects, so don't think I'm gonna do a tool review on it, but who knows, maybe I will. I have all these, let me show you. I don't know if you can see that. Let's focus here. Oh, damn it. So I keep dropping them. So these guys are cutoffs from the plugs that I cut. These are poplar, and maybe I can save these and use them for another project. All right, so bench is looking a little bit better. I have this Craftsman random orbital sander. Now, I'm not sure if I should upgrade to a better sander such as a Festool sander or maybe a Mirka. I know those are super expensive compared to this guy. I bought this when I started really getting into woodworking, so just about a year old. I have a dust port adapter on here. I'm okay, I'm happy with it, I think. Once I got this thing so I can hook up my dust collection, it definitely improved. But I think it takes a good amount of time to get through the grits here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start sanding this down. I did my best to get the glue off and also used a card scraper to kind of take down uneven spots. This is a nifty thing to have. I think I got this on Amazon for a pretty decent price. If you don't have a card scraper, I recommend getting one. This is what I use to take the glue off. A lot of the times, you can get this at Lowe's or Home Depot or any big box store. And then I have these really cheap Harbor Freight chisels that I also use for getting glue off a workpiece. I'm gonna kind of go through a few grits here. So I'm gonna start with, my God, I should probably vacuum all this up. I'm gonna start with some 80 grit to extend the life of the sandpaper. I use this abrasive surface eraser. I've heard you can also use an old shoe, like the rubber sole of a shoe, but this was like $8 on Amazon, so I mean, it's not really that much. And what you do is simply just turn on your sander. And it kind of takes off all the dust that's compacted on the sanding disc and extends the life of your sandpaper. This thing is awesome. So I'll definitely put a link in the description. Check it out. Highly recommend it. It's good to have dust collection. It's kind of warm outside, so I could open the door, but it's night and I don't really want the sound to get out and my neighbors to be mad at me. Definitely sanding with dust collection is a lot better than sanding with the little bag that's on there. I don't feel like those little bags do anything. I mean, what are you sanding? A Pinewood Derby car? You're gonna need dust collection or, you know, something more substantial than the little bag that comes with sanders. I don't understand why they do that. It's like, thanks? they really don't do anything, and then when you change them, it gets fine dust everywhere and it's just a mess. That is my dust collection cart. I built this cart out of 2x4s and MDF, and I put casters on it so I can wheel it around. I have a dust stopper that you get from Home Depot, and then underneath is this 5-gallon Home Depot bucket. That helps extend the life of your shop vac, allegedly. This is like a tool holder, which I use to wrap the hose around. I have a handle here so I can pull it around the shop. This plugs in here, plugs into my sander in the back. It's okay. The 2x4s are actually from an old workbench that the previous homeowner left in my house. And when I took apart their bench, I had a bunch of old 2x4s that I recycled into this cart, and then this cart, and this cart. These are all my mobile tool carts that I have in my shop. I hate sanding, but it's a necessary evil. Unless you use hand tools to get everything nice and smooth. With this construction grade pine, it's definitely gonna need some sanding. I'm not really looking forward to it. So let's get into it. I need to find a pencil. So when I sand, I like to scribe some pencil marks lightly, nothing too dark. That just lets me know that I'm taking some material down. I'm just gonna scribe lightly, and then I'm gonna go over it this way and then back this way and then all the way down. That's what I see a lot of woodworkers do on YouTube, so I might as well follow suit. I hate sanding. Did I say that? I really, really hate sanding. You ever start sanding and realize you didn't turn your dust collection on? Because I just did that. That's much better. You probably can't hear me, but that is much better. All right, there it is. So that is just one grit for my table bench. On the sides, I generally hand sand. And then what I'm gonna do is to take this edge down is I'm going to just kind of chamfer this by hand. I'm not gonna use a router or anything like that, just to kind of match the aesthetic of the table in general. Still got a lot more sanding to do. And then I have to sand these guys down. And that's gonna take some time just because all the angles and things like that. And then once that's all done, I can stain this and finish it, and then I will attach the bottom part to the bench top. Though I don't know if that's the right order. So if you think I should attach it all and then stain and finish it, let me know. This is taking a really long time, and I'm not gonna bore you with me showing you how to sand. I think most people know how to sand. Unfortunately, the one thing I realize is that this is just part of the woodworking process, is doing a lot of mundane things that you may not want to do, but you need to do. Proper sanding will allow you to finish your piece in the correct way. When I'm working in the shop, if I'm using anything that can cut off a limb or a finger, I'm not listening to any podcasts or music or anything that could be distracting to me. That way I can listen to all the sounds in the shop, especially when I'm operating blades or anything that's super dangerous. But when I'm doing things like sanding or staining, I listen to podcasts or music, something to help pass the time in the shop. So I've also been listening to Shop Sounds podcast. The podcast is hosted by Jason Hibbs, Nick Key, and Keith Johnson. And each of them have a YouTube channel, and they're all really good woodworkers. So I highly recommend checking them out. It's a really good podcast that kind of gives you some insights into their YouTube channels, their woodworking experiences and techniques and other things like that. I found it very beneficial and it's super entertaining. Well, that's all I have for this one. So thanks for watching. Until next time, build something, make a mistake, and stay safe in the shop. Bye.